So based on what happened in the prior chapters of Jujutsu Kaisen, it appears that Kenjaku has revealed to the leaders of the strongest nations in the entire world the existence of cursed spirits, sorcerers, and the cursed energy in general, which has led to them deciding to invade Japan to capture some of these sorcerers to use as test subjects to gain more knowledge on their powers and abilities. Another thing they intend to do is use this newfound energy, which is cursed energy, to power the planet or to power a nation, which was directly stated in the chapter itself. So they intend to substitute whatever they're using right now, whether it's fossil fuels or some other renewable energy, with cursed energy, which for some reason this guy named Cyrus, who is basically the Secretary of Energy Production to the United States, saying that this energy is the purest or cleanest form of energy, with really no evidence since they haven't really gotten to testing the actual energy to see what it's composed of to even make such a claim. But he's saying that anyway because he needs to sell the product so that the big guy can sign off on the operation itself. He also mentioned something very interesting, which is basically what this entire video is centered around. He claimed that Gojo had the cursed energy to power an entire nation by himself. Now I have no idea how he would know something like this unless it's Kenjaku feeding them that information. He doesn't really have first-hand knowledge of this, but he's just saying what Kenjaku has told him. Now the question itself still stands. Can Gojo power the United States of America by himself? I would say the answer is yes. Or maybe. Now, you see, Gojo's abilities are very unique. They're very mysterious, but explainable to a certain degree. You see, Gojo has this very unique ability called the Six Eyes, which is passed down to the family of the Gojos. Now, of course, being an ocular power, it increases the perception of the user, but it also increases the processing ability, which allows them to control and manipulate cursed energy at an atomic level. Now, I'm not going to sit here or stand here and say that I understand what manipulating cursed energy at an atomic level means, but it does sound pretty cool, so I guess it means something. But to get an idea of how this works, Yuta explains that since Gojo has the 6th eye ability, the energy that's lost when he activates a curse technique is infinitesimally close to zero. And although Yuta has more curse energy than Gojo, Yuta explained that he can run out of curse energy while Gojo cannot. And this is directly attributed to the ability of the 6th eye. So even if you have more curse energy than Gojo, that's completely irrelevant to him since his curse energy doesn't run out while yours does. And this also allows Gojo to have the reverse curse technique ability running around the clock since he has the chakra or the curse energy to do so. And this is all due to the 6th eye. But we need to also point out that naturally one would think that if someone has more curse energy or they're outputting more curse energy, then they should be stronger than the person who's outputting less curse energy. And in Gojo's case, as stated earlier, when he uses curse techniques, the curse energy emitted from his body or the curse energy lost is infinitesimally close to zero, which means that Gojo is outputting less curse energy, which is why Gojo never runs out of curse energy. So what this implies is that it's not just about the amount of curse energy you have or the amount of curse energy you're able to output, it's also about the strength of that curse energy itself. So this is where we factor in potency. So theoretically, if they're able to abduct Gojo and let's say hook him up to a machine to absorb his curse energy and use it for power, Gojo should be able to provide them with a lot of curse energy to last for a very long time because his cursed energy is always clocking at infinitesimally close to zero. And curse energy being manipulated to form other properties or other types of energies isn't anything new. We saw that with Kashimo with the use of his lightning, we also saw it with Urame with the use of the ice release, and we also saw it with Sukuna himself using it to create fire. So let's say theoretically the government does capture Gojo and they try to string him up and use his powers. They can do one of two things. They can either use the curse energy in its raw format, as in the cursed energy itself, to power these appliances and weapons, or they could convert the energy into a usable format and use it to power whatever they're trying to power. And I mean, that's kind of the basics behind the usage of cursed energy and how it can manipulate other objects and create cursed techniques. We even saw that back in chapter 12 of Jujutsu Kaisen with Gojo explaining what cursed energies are or cursed techniques are to Yuji, and he explained that cursed energy is very similar to electricity itself. It's a power source while the cursed techniques are the appliances. So even back in chapter 12, Gege was laying the foundation for all of this to happen, and this comes in the face of whatever Kenjaku is planning to take over Japan or capture these sorcerers, which I doubt is the actual case, there's gonna be a bait and switch, there's gonna be something that happens, this huge twist in the end, which would likely screw over the Americans and whatever other country that sided with them. I truly believe that's going to happen because I don't think that Kenjaku likes humans. I honestly don't think that's the case. So obviously he's using them for some nefarious reasons, and the thing about Gojo being captured is that it's still possible. Like it really is possible, because one thing we need to remember is that Gojo is still in prison, and not just in prison, in the prison realm. They have him locked up. The box itself where he's stored in, it's locked up and locked away. I don't even think Yuji and the squad has access to the box where Gojo is sealed in. So if they really get Angel on their side and she does decide to break out Gojo, they'll need to break in to the Jujutsu Academy or wherever it's called, where the higher ups live or where they stay or whatever, and steal back the box because they still have it currently. And if they have it, that means that Kenjaku has access to the box as well, because Kenjaku is the one who is controlling everything. He has already met with the Japanese officials. I don't believe that the USA is just attacking Japan for no reason, or they're attacking them without permission from the government. So if the government does sanction this research program for these Jujutsu sorcerers or just cursed spirits in general, we might see a case where they get access to Gojo's box, and for some reason, some mechanic, they're able to siphon away his power without removing the seal. Because if Gojo is in the box, that means that his power is also within the box. So if they find some way to siphon that power through the box, they would do it. But with the power aspect of it, does this mean that Yuta will be able to power an entire nation? Because as I explained earlier, the difference with Yuta and Gojo is that Yuta has way more cursed energy than Gojo. Like, it's implied to be a very big difference. But even then, Gojo wouldn't run out of cursed energy, which means that Gojo would still last longer in a fight, stamina wise and power wise as well. But I will say, while I think it's very possible, if the writer wants it to happen, then Gojo will be able to power any continent or any nation or any country Gege wants him to power. But I do want us to like ease back a little bit, and I'm speaking to Gege even though he's not watching this video. Just ease back a bit. I don't want to see Gojo powering the United States of America. You know, if he wants to like power Madagascar or like a Caribbean island or something, that's fine. You know, that's also a nation. You know, that's perfectly fine. But I don't think we should have Gojo, this one dude, just easily powering the entire like 50 states of America or just the entire North American continent. You know, that would be wild and just out of place. So, you know, don't do it. You know, do what you need to do and not what you feel like doing. Which I have no place to say, since this is Gege and he can write whatever the hell he wants. And I'm going to enjoy it because this series is peak. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think that Gojo can power the continent of North America, or can he just power like maybe Madagascar or, you know, maybe Jamaica or something? Like where do you guys scale? Where's the ballpark for his power here? Because it's kind of non-existent at this point, you know. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like if you like the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.